Thank you for joining us for the now back to being called 2-minute drills, Freddie, instead of previews and predictions. Yes, we're talking about La Mirada, and enjoy that, because it's probably the last time we talk about them until the playoffs, Fred. Why is that? Because after this week, La Mirada only has one more non-league game. That'll be against San Clemente. But this week, it's Mater Dei. So after these next 2 weeks, Freddie, it's Suburban League play, which is going to be a walkover for La Mirada, and then the playoffs, and we'll see what happens, and we'll probably rejoin them then. So get your fill on talking about Mike Machete and the boys this week. They are playing at Santa Ana College against Mater Dei, arguably the top team in D1 right now. And this, Freddie, comes after they beat Orange Lutheran and then lost last week, but covered the spread against St. John Bosco, 34-0.
Yeah,
talk to me.
Yeah, this is like a USC Alabama game right now. I think it's going to be another rout, Aram. You know what I'm curious to see?
A USC.
You know what I'm curious to see? Will La Mirada play Mater Dei better than Bishop Amat?
That's what I want to see too.
You know, I want to see how competitive that game is. Or they're not going to win. I mean, again, these are those games that La Mirada is scheduling. These back-to-backs, Bosco and Mater Dei. They're going to get blown out in both of them. Has nothing to do with what they're going to do in league. Has nothing to do with what they're going to do in their CI playoff division. I mean,
so 63-14. That was the Almont Mater Dei score.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see comparative scoring wise.
Yeah.
Number one, if La Mirada can avoid the running clock. Number two, if they can have a better margin than, what was that, 49 points?
I just think, and you have to realize that these teams like Mater Dei, Bosco, and Centennial, they're on a completely different high school football.
I realize that, Fred.
Completely different.
They have to realize that.
Yeah, and you schedule these games, and you said last week, playing the Boscos, they get something out of it. You thought maybe that helped them last year.
They played 34-0 isn't 70-0. That's usually what Bosco's beating teams by.
Yeah.
So that's actually a bad loss, but they didn't get running clocked. Doesn't that count? Doesn't that show you
I didn't see the game. I don't know if Bosco pulled everyone out when they were down, when they were up 34-0. I mean, who knows?
Do they ever do that?
But they didn't score. They couldn't put any points on the board.
Right.
I don't know if.
Why would St. John Bosco pull its guys in that game and just showcase to La Mirada its second string?
Just save them.
Well, no, but if you showcase your second string to La Mirada, those kids might end up at La Mirada next year because they don't like being second string at St. John Bosco.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
But listen, anyways, we have a mutual friend, Fred, who's down at St. John Bosco, and he told me last week via text message, we're not as good as we were last year. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's why La Mirada hung. I don't know. Yeah. But Mater Dei
is the real deal.
Yeah, Mater Dei is the real deal. I mean, and now you start to wonder, does La Mirada have anything left in the tank?
Was La Mirada, are they still your number one in this week's rankings?
Yeah,
so
they are.
This is a big. If they lose this game and they go to 1-2, do you keep them on top?
No. If Bishop Amat takes care of Jay Sarah, then Amat will go
jumps back up.
If La Habra somehow beats
even if what if they lose in Mater Dei and it's like a 2-touchdown game?
Well, then they'll probably stay number one.
Yeah, it's intriguing to me for those reasons that we got two of our Valley's best teams playing Mater Dei. I'm really curious. Can La Mirada stay with them at all? I mean, that's kind of.
Scary to think that we're not talking about wins.
Maybe that's
we're
why
talking about
Machete schedules these games, and it's kind of hard when you talk about. I have so much respect for La Mirada and what they've done and where he's taken that football program. These games are just. I don't know if he's ready to step up and schedule these games.
But it's not. Freddie, it's not just the stepping up. It's can they play Olu, St. John Bosco, and now Mater Dei in back-to-back weeks?
Yeah. I guess you.
That's a tough task.
I guess you've got to do it. I guess if you want, it comes down to that, like you said. If you want to get to that level, if you aspire to it at some point, maybe you've got to play it and then just each year see if you're getting any closer. Maybe that's what you have to do. Maybe that's Mike Machete's thinking. I just think they have no chance on Friday night.
Right.
And I think they're going to do better than Bishop Amat, but it's going to be close. I bet this is at least 40 points or more.
Okay.
That's my guess. I'm setting the over-under at 40, and I'm taking...
You mean the spread?
The spread.
Spread's 40.
And I'm taking Mater Dei and 40 points.
Oh, you're going to lay the 40.
I'm going to lay the 40.
I'm going to take the 40.
Okay.
I think I'm going to take the 40.
Take the 40.
I noticed that in this conversation, we didn't actually break down what La Mirada needs to do, play good defense, stop the run the ball. And we didn't really talk about, where Mater Dei has these edges.
Yeah,
Folks,
what
this
Lamar
one
has to do is avoid a running clock. That's what they have
right.
to do.
I agree. Now we're really just talking about style points, and people in La Mirada right now are probably throwing up, being like, "Are you kidding me? This is your preview for the game." But let's just be honest, okay? We're just being honest here. What we're trying to do here is see how bad the loss is, whether they avoid the running clock. And, God, if they win the game, then I guess we're out of a job.
And I know on paper it sounds like the most flattering game in the area. You got La Mirada, this defending Seattle State champion, taking on Mater Dei, who might be the best team in the country. We don't know.
They might be, yeah.
But it's just it's a blowout.
Right. Okay.
It's a blowout.
And La Mirada fans, we'll check back in with you in November when we start talking about playoffs.
I doubt
again.
after this I'm picking against La Mirada the rest of the way.
San Clemente will be a tough game.
I think I'm going to take them next weekend.
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about them when they play Norwalk or something. But the Suburban League's just going to be an absolute walkover.
Was nice in week 0.
Proved a lot, and everything after that, in my opinion, this season is just gravy. So, anyways, get out to Santa Ana College.
God.
This one is.
Wouldn't this have been a great game next week?
Yes.
Instead of Amat playing St. Paul and La Mirada playing their game, this would have been the game. Guys, let's make this happen next year.
It used to happen.
Come on, Machete.
Right.
Come on, Haggerty.
Right.
Let's get going.
We would love to see
It's not like, I know Amat got tired of scheduling the Charter Oaks, the West Covinas, even Damien's. This is the series now. This is the games that should start happening.
I would just be happy
and
to
St.
have.
Fran, these are my teams I want to see rotate games from our areas.
I want to see La
Whittier,
Habra, La
Tribune,
Mirada.
Pass.
I want to see La Habra back in the mix with La Mirada. That would be another good
those
one.
Games.
Yes, don't we all? Anyways, we both have Mater Dei in a relatively easy win. Fred says they covered a 40. I say, I don't know why, but I say Mater Dei, La Mirada is a live underdog in this spot. Get out to Santa Ana College, enjoy this, everybody, and we'll be back next week.